As you guys are aware, I talk about Tomi Lahren often because I think that she is not very intelligent and that she is very opportunistic and only obtains her views, her political and world views, simply because it is monetarily beneficial and she gets more fame from it and attention and more relevancy and prevalency. So we made a video here showing that Tomi Lahren had a flip-flop, and we've exposed a ton of her flip-flops because she's done it all for money and for fame, but she flip-flopped on the position of abortion. So she called abortion baby murder, therefore and she said, she's pro-life. So that would have the stipulation of, if it's baby murder, you would be totally against the idea of allowing such murder to occur and to go on. But she recently was on The View just a couple of days ago, and she now proclaimed to be pro-choice because she used a decent argument, in my opinion, which is that I can't sit here and be for limited government and then say that the government should be able to tell women what they have to do with their bodies, which makes sense to me. But, a lot of conservatives like to have their hands in everything, literally and metaphorically speaking. But anyways, so she has now been suspended from The Blaze. So here's what The Hill says. They say, Glenn Beck's The Blaze is suspended host Tomi Lahren, according to a Monday report. Lahren's program, Tomi, is suspended for at least a week beginning Monday, multiple unnamed sources told the Daily Caller. On Friday, the publication also reported that Lahren may be out as The Blaze in September, if not sooner, due to what it reported as rising tensions between the 24-year-old political commentator and other Blaze employees and hosts. Beck took to Twitter to question whether Lahren, whom he hired in 2015, is intellectually honest. Lahren has been criticized in some conservative circles after a Friday appearance on NBC's The View for revealing that she supports abortion rights. You know what? I'm for limited government, so stay out of my guns and you can stay out of my body as well, Lahren said. On Monday, Lahren tweeted that she has moderate, conservative, and libertarian views, aka, what that really means, by the way, is I'll have views that get me money, that get me fame, and that get me attention. They continued, I'm human. I will never apologize to anyone for being an independent thinker, she said. Is an independent thinker someone who opportunistically thinks and has their political viewpoints and world viewpoints dictated by whether it's monetarily profitable or by whether it's going to make you popular or famous? Is that what it is? Because I don't know about you, but generations of people have fought for the right to speak and for what they spoke, regardless of the fact that they weren't popular. And we know that that's what she's hiding. Continued, Beck, a former Fox News host, shot back at Lahren. Wait, libertarian views? Help me out on Trump care, stimulus, and executive orders. Trump is anything but libertarian, wrote Beck, while adding the hashtag intellectual honesty. Glenn Beck, the maniac, is talking about intellectual honesty. This guy has gone on rants about how America is doomed and that, was it the Antichrist or something? I got lost in the whole religious craze, but it continued. Lahren has 4.3 million followers on her Facebook page and more than 665,000 followers on Twitter. So, what that goes to show you is Tomi Lahren, again, as I'll repeat over and over again, and I have exposed her since months and months ago, which was like, I want to say January, maybe. But basically, Tomi Lahren is not a principled or intellectual human being by any stretch of the imagination. What Tomi Lahren does is she is opportunistic in ways which she can then capitalize and gain further a social media outreach and a social media platform that is then enlarged by said popular viewpoints, or in certain cases popular among some people but not reiterated or regurgitated or repeated by others, simply because of the fact that nobody is that incoherent to spit those type of things, right? Like attacking Kaepernick, like the whole Kaepernick thing. Like she went on Trevor Noah's show and got utterly, fundamentally, systematically dismantled. This woman is a systematic, pathological calculator who's worse than Hillary Clinton is, and that's saying a lot, okay? Because when I'm here, I have set principles that I will defend for the rest of my life, and I always will, because that's truly what I believe in. A single-payer healthcare system in which people can't just get sick and just die because capital is greedy. The insurance companies don't want to pay for it. I believe in a living wage, even if it's we pay $1 more per Big Mac. I think that it's okay if people want to, if people ought to have a living wage because I pay $1 extra for a Big Mac. I can live with that, okay? Also, things like education. I think that, you should be able to get a higher education without going into hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, okay? I also think that we should treat it as we do with high school and things like that. And I think that, transgender people deserve rights because science shows that you can be born biologically as one gender while your brain is set to be biologically another. And I think that those people already face enough hardships as it is, and we should try and help them by accepting what they are. And then gay people, that's not unnatural. We see it in nature all the time. They deserve equal rights. I will fight for these different range of things for the rest of my life. I'm not going to be flip-flopping over and over again because that is not what I am. She's not principled in any way, shape, or form, and neither is she intellectual by any figment of the imagination. What's up, guys? It's Saul Hill here. You guys are watching The Progressive Voice. Make sure you guys click subscribe down below. We're fighting Donald Trump tooth and nail, and we need your help.